Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for predictions.
Over, bet the over. Vikings in the over, bet the over.
All right, well, this week's predictions really is about not who finishes first, sadly. I mean, because that's the real story, right? The fact that I'm dominating this round again, just as like I've dominated every round.
It's a negative society, John. We focus on the losers, not the winners.
You know what
That's
they say?
true.
Nice guys finish last.
Mm-hmm.
And as we found out on Monday, thanks to Sevilla winning the La Liga match, Nick has pulled into a tie for last place with Josh. And remember,
Second
the bet
place.
that we made at the very beginning of this round was whoever lost this round, whoever finishes dead ass last, has to shave their facial hair. So it's down to Nick and Josh.
Oh, boy.
And now all of these picks were made ahead of time so that these guys couldn't play off of each other and try to play games.
You
Correct.
Keep copying me.
Yeah.
So here's what I thought we would do. Let's just
You have graphics?
I have a graphic for the ones that you guys disagree on.
Okay.
But we'll quickly go game by game so we don't have to go too much. Basketball tomorrow, Baylor is at Kansas. According to my buddy Bart, Baylor's a 7-point dog at Kansas. You both agree that KU wins. I'm going to take Baylor and the points.
Okay. So
On
neither of
this
us
one.
can gain a point on that one.
You can't gain a point on that one.
So real quick, John, right now you're going through the stuff that we agreed on, right? Is that what you're
Yes.
doing right now? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, the ones that you guys agreed on.
Yeah.
We all agree that Iowa again, this is an estimated line. I went Iowa -10 at Nebraska women's
What?
basketball.
Oh, settle down, Nick.
Anyway.
We all like Iowa
Yeah,
Yes.
we do.
to win. We all are picking North Dakota State over Omaha this weekend. Omaha 3.5-point dog, according to Bart. So we're all taking North Dakota State. We're all taking
Sorry, Gary.
Nebraska
Oh, boy.
over
Good.
Michigan.
Well, this is bad.
It's
This
a
is not very good.
It's a home game.
Last
Nebraska
week, I think
doesn't
we
lose
all picked
those.
Illinois. Illinois won, but they did not cover.
Mhm.
Oh, God.
And it's because of that. You guys both like Creighton to win. I'm picking Xavier only because I don't want the jinx to happen.
You are picking against your Blue Jays. Every week you say, I won't pick against my Blue Jays.
Is that the
You
first
see,
time
I'm
it's
picking
ever-
against them because I'm picking for them because I don't want the curse of everyone picking the same side.
I don't have Mac's number, but I have Rob Anderson's number. He's going to get texted from me in a couple of minutes.
Let's see. Now to the Super Bowl props.
Okay.
We all like Patrick Mahomes -13.5 versus Brock Purdy. So in other words, Mahomes outgaining Purdy on the ground by 13.5 yards.
Dude,
We
Mahomes.
all took Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes, especially in the playoffs when everything is on the line, he has had very memorable carries and runs over the years, including last year, the rush that set up the game-winning field goal versus Philadelphia.
Christian McCaffrey's prop on rushing yards is 89.5. We all took the over.
He's got to run fast to outrun the stink.
Wow,
This seems like an easy pick.
It
yeah,
does.
I know. The way that we'll be wrong is if the Chiefs shut them down, the run game, or if it's like passes out of the backfield, and that's where McCaffrey makes his yardage.
Yeah.
The next one where you guys agree, in fact, we all agree, the jersey number of the last touchdown scorer. So we're looking at the jersey number of the last guy to score a touchdown. The over-under was set at 19.5. And I think we talked about this earlier during the crossover. You have so many players in this game with numbers 19 and below
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
that are great touchdown scores. Now, obviously, the two tight ends are here.
Both quarterbacks, they're in the under on this one if you like the under. But
trying to think of some other good you got the two tight ends, you got Christian McCaffrey, are all over 19.5. But most of the good touchdown scoring possibilities are under number 19.
But
Yeah.
I think the clutch players are the ones that are over 19.5, right? The ones you would really trust.
With the overs you're
Yeah.
saying, Nick? Yeah. So real quick, a few more players that are less than that, like a Rashee Rice, he is a number 4. If you're looking at a receiver, MVS, he is number 11. And then, the quarterbacks. The thing is, though, kind of why I like the over on this one is that Mahomes doesn't do sneaks. And there is a world where he scores a rushing touchdown, but he doesn't do sneaks. And I don't know if I'd really trust Brock Purdy to do that either. I'm talking about the last touchdown of the game. Whereas, if the 49ers get down there, I think that they are going to give the ball to McCaffrey. And if
I agree.
we're talking about a last touchdown, I'm thinking the game is close, something like that.
The next one you guys agree on, I'm actually going to go the other way. Longest field goal made is 47.5 yards. You guys both think it will be more than 47.
Oh, you're going
I'm
under.
Go under. I'm going to go under. I think the longest field goal will be under 47.5 yards. Total sacks by both teams, the number is 4.5. You guys both like the over. I'm going to take the under. I don't think both teams will combine for more than 4 sacks.
I wasn't feeling super comfy about this one,
but you did it anyway.
But I did it anyway.
I think, John, the reason I like it is one of the teams is down late and has to, pass the ball more than they would like because they're down by 2 scores, and then that's where the over ends up hitting.
The last score of the game happening before or after the 2-minute warning in the fourth quarter, we are all taking after. So we all think that the last score is going to happen inside of the last 2 minutes or overtime.
Okay.
So we all like the after on that. All right. So those are the picks that you two both agree on. Now we get to the ones that you don't. The first one, how appropriate would it be if Nick loses his facial hair because he had no faith in Caitlin Clark to set the record?
Let's go, Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark points. She needs 39 to set the all-time scoring record. We set the number at 38.5. Josh thinks that she'll do it. Nick says no.
I have a defense for myself on this.
You hate women?
No, I love women.
Okay.
Women are great.
Wow, you love women a bit too much.
So last night, Caitlin Clark scored significantly less than we all thought she would, than she was supposed to score.
Yeah, she went under on her line.
Right. This morning, I was reading articles about both her and the coach. They're not worried about it. It's going to happen.
Of course it is, Nick. The season, there's many more games.
And then the coach is like, I would prefer it happen at home. Their next game after Nebraska, they're back at Iowa City. I think she does it in Iowa City. Not necessarily on purpose, but I think that's just, it makes the most sense.
Okay.
Do you know that she doesn't do it Sunday, the game's on Big Fox, the next 2 Iowa women's basketball games
BTN
are on Peacock.
Oh,
yes!
Well, now I regret my overpick.
Go Peacock.
It's a lot of points. I'll probably be wrong on this one. Not going to lie.
All right, so that's the first one that you guys disagree on. By the way, I am taking the under. I'm going with Nick. I think
it's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points.
Yeah.
The next one you guys disagree on is the passing yards. Patrick Mahomes favored by 16.5 more passing yards than Brock Purdy. Josh, you're going with Purdy, and Nick is going with Mahomes. I agree with Josh. I'm going with Purdy to cover.
Yeah, this isn't so much, Purdy's going to have so much more or anything like that. It's just more they're going to be fairly even. The Chiefs offense has had a lot of struggles this year at throwing the ball. I think that will continue, and I think Purdy's able to match him.
That's fair. I just figure the 49ers are going to run it most of the time.
Not a bad take either.
The next one you guys disagree on, receiving yards between Travis Kelce and George Kittle. Josh likes Kittle to cover the 22.5.
You love Stinky.
I went with the Stinky Man for this one.
Nick is making the smart pick because Travis Kelce will have many more yards than George Kittle.
Doing it for Taylor.
Nick and I both agree.
Nick, John Bishop, Taylor Swift, Menage a Trois me.
Oh,
yeah, indeed.
Hello.
Yeah, no thanks.
Okay.
No thanks. All right, the next one. This is a fun little cross prop. Doug McDermott got traded to the Indiana Pacers.
People forget.
The Pacers will play the Knicks tomorrow night at Madison Square Garden.
Bing bong.
So who scores more points, Kelce or McDermott?
Am I on an island on this one, John? Am I all by my lonesome?
I went with Doug McDermott. You went with Doug
You guys are
McDermott.
such homers.
Yes, Nick. Me.
I looked at his stats for this. You made me look at NBA stats
What
for
does
this.
What does that have to do with anything?
He doesn't do well. He doesn't score that many points. He just
How many
doesn't.
points does he average this year, Nick?
3 something.
6.
6.
So
He
basically,
averages
what
6
you're
points a
banking
game.
on here is that Travis Kelce scores.
He needs
One
to score
touchdown.
a touchdown.
If he's maybe. If
Fine.
what if he scored
2 touchdowns?
Well, that's a lot of touchdowns, Nick.
it'll be fine.
Okay. All right.
It'll be fine.
You have not been as confident in any of your picks as you are this one. So
I'm pretty confident.
This
on
will either
one.
win you or lose you predictions.
You know how I know that McDermott was very good for Creighton?
wow.
I don't hear people talk about him that much around here,
Yeah, because it's
as I feel like they should.
no, it's the NBA, and he only scores 6 points a game.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Nick, if he scores 7 points, and we could win this one.
He's not going to do it.
Okay.
Next one you disagree on: which player scores the first touchdown? We all took a different pick. I'm going with
Nice.
Travis Kelce. Josh is going with Debo.
Debo.
Nick is going with Christian McCaffrey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's I've debated between either of those two guys. There's a chance that one of us could get a point. There's a chance none of us could get a point.
That is true.
So none
And
of us
that's
have
important.
a defensive player.
And that's
or a
important
special
because
teams
if
player.
none of us gets the point, let's say Rashee Rice, let's say Pacheco, someone else scores,
Purdy, Mahomes.
then that, we all lose that bet. And then the possibility of a tie might be out the window for you guys. So we'll see.
Mhm.
We'll see where
Okay.
it goes. All right. And then finally, we get to the pick itself, the game itself. I like the Chiefs. I'm going to pick them 24-20. I've got the Chiefs and the under. Nick, you went with the 49ers.
Yes, I did. 24-17.
A one-score game, another game that we were remembering as a classic NFL game. I like the 49ers. I like the 49ers to win comfortably because they are the superior team, and they've been the superior team all year long. Give me San Francisco and the over. So Nick and I disagree on the total, but I like San Fran to win their 6th Lombardi trophy and their first in 29 years, 30-20 over the Kansas City Chiefs.
So here's the, for those of you watching it on the stream, here's the graphic. I will be updating this throughout the weekend, but these are the picks that you guys disagree on. You disagree on Caitlin Clark points. You disagree on the passing yards, Mahomes versus Purdy. Also the receiving yards, Kelce versus Kittle. You disagree on the cross prop, Kelce versus McDermott points, the player who scores first, and not the side, but the total. Josh has the over on the Super Bowl. Nick has the under. And then finally, if we get to the tiebreaker, this is first goal scored in the La Liga game between Almeria and Athletic Club, which will air during the Grum. So how this will work: Josh took 17 minutes, 45 seconds. Nick took 44:30. So Josh, you have until 44:29 into the match.
Oh,
If the first goal is scored before 44:30, Josh wins the tiebreaker. This only comes into play if there is a tie. Nick gets everything after 44:30 and if the game ends up scoreless. So when it comes to a tiebreaker, I like Josh's chances here.
I do too. But it's not going to come to that because I'm going to whoop Nick's ass in the other picks.
It's going to be a tough look for you when I'm right multiple times.
That would be a tough look for me. I would agree with you there, Nick.
All right, there you go. There's predictions for the Super Bowl. I'm the only one that's going to get the game right. Amazing.
Nah, that's not true.